All right. Well, are we ready for this? I have my list.
What are we talking about?
Wonder Weapons Part 2, because we did not touch on anything I had, which I have
Yeah.
17 different unique topics, which I even know if we'll cover it all because there's a lot of stuff to talk about
All
in
right.
regards to stuff.
I'm pretty sure that I closed the list that I made from the last episode. Um, so that'll be interesting.
Your top 10 list, you mean?
Yeah, the top 10 list.
Uh, I don't think we'll need it for many of the stuff I have. The stuff I have more kind of touches base on the implementation of Wonder Weapons into the
Okay,
game,
so
what
we're
we
just
expect
cooking
about
this
after it.
episode. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
we will
Okay.
go a little bit in depth on certain particular unique Wonder Weapons, like ones that don't stand out as Wonder Weapons compared to ones that do. I got a whole list. We'll go through it. Anyways, they're all intriguing stuff that I think will be fun to talk about. So should work out. I'm just gonna pull up a page here that I had. I found an amazing website, and if I can find it, it tells literally the power levels of every Wonder Weapon. It tells its damage on impact, headshots, its splash damage, the time it takes to reload. It is in depth. It tells the ammo. Like it's this is great. So I can kind of compare everything and
Is it
just
is it the is it the UGX mod website?
no amino
Amino.
amino. Basically, just yeah, Wonder Weapons on amino. So yeah, it's honestly a pretty nice list. I just wish it would show the pictures because I don't always remember all the names to every Wonder Weapon, but I think I know the majority. But it is a nice list though. I like how they put it out. They even have the monkey bombs, which technically, would you guys consider the monkey bombs a Wonder Weapon?
So I've never considered any of the special grenades to be wonder weapons, like monkey bombs or Casimirs or QEDs or Ghost devices, dolls, stuff like that. I've never
None of that
considered
stuff.
those as wonder weapons.
Snowballs. Sorry.
Honestly, yeah,
Yeah,
snowballs,
that's
Hell's Retriever, which I mean it's
Piss
arguable with that one because
snowballs.
it's really strong, but like it's not really a wonder weapon. It's a tactical, and in
yeah,
BO4 it's a lethal. Because there are no tacticals in BO4. Um,
makes sense.
yeah, I'm drawing dead of examples, but literally, yeah, just
No, you
generalizing
actually
down
named
to
quite a
just
few.
tacticals. I don't consider them wonder weapons.
I don't know. After seeing in this list, it's kind of making me think about it because there are actually a lot of unique tactical consumables and stuff there. I don't actually know, but nah, I think that I'd probably say no to it as well. When I think
Mhm.
Wonder Weapons, I think the actual guns and stuff. So
Yeah,
interesting.
I would agree.
Okay. Well, should we get this underway then?
Sure.
All right.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Welcome everybody to part 2 of our Wonder Weapon discussion on the Wundercast, where I'm being joined by Carpal and Wistful here. And we are going to talk more on some previous things we were speaking of in previous episodes. So, anyways, I have a huge list for you guys. I hope you guys are excited.
You did say that you had a list. I'm
Yeah,
eager
we
to cook on
we talked
this.
so
Yes.
much on all the different Wonder Weapons and ranking them and stuff, which was
Yeah.
fantastic conversation, but I just never made it to any of the topics in my list. But yeah, I honestly have some fun stuff for you today. So, starting with the first one. What do Wonder Weapons in games today lack or excel in? I just want to kind of get your guys' general opinion on that one.
Games
So
today.
when you say today, what's the cutoff?
Yeah, what's the
Like
cutoff? Most recent,
Um,
like the latest game in the series that you would say is like, okay, past this point, and in the past is probably no go.
that's an excellent question. Didn't think that one through originally. Uh, let's say Cold War. I'd want to say maybe.
So like
Yeah,
include Cold War, but then past is cut off.
yeah, I'd say
Okay.
so. Yeah, honestly, what would you guys say they kind of lack in or they excel? What would you guys say for that?
Um, some of them I feel like they definitely have excelled in uniqueness. Like to name some of them in Cold War, like the Chrysalax, very unique, the Cerberus, very unique. I think players really enjoy those.
Mhm.
To me, I feel like the Reike has a little bit more uniqueness than
Yeah.
the Die Shockwave.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
unique one.
The whole movement territory, I feel like that some of the Wonder Weapons do have some unique qualities like that. So like the Die Electrobolt or the Scorcher from Modern Warfare 3 Zombies has some pretty cool movement properties. Yeah, you know me. I like to look at the visuals of the weapon and then also
Yeah,
like its
for sure.
utility. For like how it peaks and how it draws over the more
Yeah,
recent games.
definitely. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I do feel like Cold War honestly brought in some very unique designs in there. Like I talked about it in our last episode. Like the Crystal Axe is your very unique weapon. I honestly thought, and I think is the only melee wonder weapon per se. And I'm not counting like the Hell's Retriever or anything like that. Well, actually, no. Then again, Takio has his katana. I forgot about that. But it's not a wonder weapon per se. I don't think, at least. Um,
Yeah,
so
no, I would
yeah,
consider that to be just a melee weapon
it's the
or a
only
specialist if
melee
you're
wonder
talking about
weapon
BO4.
I think I know of. No, I wouldn't count specials. I wouldn't count that as one of them. I just
You
would
wouldn't
be like
count.
something
Okay,
you could get out of the box or that you build
that makes sense.
for like an Easter egg quest or something like that. So honestly, yeah, I feel like the Crystal Axe is the only melee wonder weapon we've gotten in game so far. So that's honestly pretty cool. Just to add uniqueness to the game, honestly. But yeah, we had awesome games like the Cerberus, which I absolutely love that gun, and I think ended up becoming my number one, was it? I think that was
It
the
might
number
have
one I
been,
ended up
yeah.
I
finding.
do believe that was your number one.
Yeah, that was your second to last there, if I remember right, for
Yeah.
you,
It
Carpal.
just does so
So yeah,
much damage, and it's such a
it's a
cool
cool
little
gun.
pistol.
I like that orb that's in the center and how it moves around, and I like the idea of the
Jimmy.
attachments. They should have been implemented better, but
Oh
still,
yeah,
it was a cool concept, and I love that. But yeah, honestly, I feel like it did bring some unique stuff. Um,
wait.
but yeah, what would you?
Actually,
Oh yeah, go ahead.
in retrospect, okay, I call me out if I'm wrong on this, but
Mhm.
memory just popped up in my mind. Maybe this was a thing, maybe it wasn't, maybe someone patched it. Maybe they patched it, but wasn't it possible if you were out of ammo with like the base Cerberus and then you killed some zombies and then they would drop like a variant for it and then you pick up the
Uh-huh.
variant, if you expend all the ammo of that variant and then it turns
Yeah,
back
you
to
get
the
more
original
ammo.
one, would it give you max ammo?
It
I
gave you
completely
more
forgot.
ammo. I don't know if it was completely full though. I can't remember if that was the case, but it did. You did get ammo when you picked up a particular part. I do know
Right,
that.
yeah, it would give you a full
Just
ammo, it would top you
I
off on ammo
think
on
it
that
was a
variant.
full clip.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure, but yeah, yeah. Anytime you pick it up, you definitely would get ammo. I know that for sure.
yeah. I'm pretty sure that's a
Which
thing as
I,
well.
that was a good addition. If it didn't have that, that would be a little aggravating, honestly, at
Yeah,
times. But no, that was honestly a good addition. I feel like Cold War made a lot of great improvements in the game. Like I like that you can
yeah.
vault over stuff. That was that was just
Dude,
something I
that
really liked.
actually opened up zombies so much more. I love how
Yeah,
they opened
for
up
sure.
the feel of the maps in Cold War Zombies for people. I really do enjoy how they started to open things up like that. It's great. I love that.
I
I
like that
love it.
too. Yeah, and it was fun. They honestly made the game feel fun, which is this is
Yeah.
a good thing. I'd like to see them keep doing that. But we didn't hear from you, Carpal. What are kind of your thoughts on like what how Wonder Weapons have excelled or are lacking in? Um,
yeah. So I think modern Wonder Weapons are functionally very unique and very creative.
mhm.
The main problem I kind of have is the Wonder Weapon theming, or I guess their like connection to the zombies map. Because if you think
Oh,
back to like
okay.
Ah.
How?
yeah, if you think back to maps like Shadows, where you have the Apothecant Servant,
Uh-huh.
the Cthulhu like inspired design fits the map perfectly.
Right.
Whereas I feel like a Reiki or Die Machines or even the Cerberus, like they could fit on any map.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I got you. Yeah, actually, now that you mention it, yeah, it kind of like those are, how would I describe it? It's just like more modern technology and design, I
Like
guess, or
the
futuristic
Wonder
almost.
Weapons are designed to
Science,
be
like mad science weapon or something. Yeah.
yeah, they're supposed to the words are failing me now. They're like supposed to be a part of the aesthetic of the map. There we go.
Yeah.
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 And
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Scientific
I feel like
complex. Yeah.
I feel like the modern Wonder, with the exception of the Crystal Axe, which I think nails it in pretty much every
Oh
category.
yeah, absolutely. Yep.
I think I don't think the Wonder Weapons interact with the map enough. Like old zombies.
Oh, that's a really good point.
That was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm following
think
as much
about
what
it.
you mean, though.
All of the more recent maps, what steps of the Easter eggs, or what Easter eggs in general, like what can you do to interact with the map, with the Wonder Weapons? Like as far back as
Yeah.
D
Well,
Machine,
you're
you
kind of
needed the
talking like,
dive for one step, and that was that was
okay,
Deveshler,
Just to
right?
shoot.
That was
Just
for
to
so like
shoot
that.
the
paralyzer,
For
charge
Firebase
orbs,
Z,
like
didn't
that
you
too.
only need the Ray K for slowing down one of the teleporting Ethereum canisters?
Yeah, one of
and
the
that was it?
canisters.
That was it?
Yeah.
Unless if I'm
And you
forgetting
can
something, it might have been something. There might be something else.
you compare that back to like Zetsubo, where
Right, where the
there's
Wonder Weapon
tons of things you can do.
literally
You need
transforms
it
the
for a lot, yeah.
sandbox. It literally gives you stuff through the sandbox. Exactly.
It unlocks a boss fight, which
Yeah,
is
Yeah.
that's
No, that's
insane.
actually a very interesting topic. I didn't even think about that. I was
Yeah.
kind of thinking back to like the paralyzer in Black Ops 2. You needed it to charge the orbs in the map in order to do the Easter egg. Which, yeah, having a wonder weapon that is needed to like complete a step of the Easter egg is actually a unique thing. And actually, that does touch on one of the other topics I had in my list. But so I guess we might as well kind of talk on it. But just like
yeah. Let's do it.
the importance of a wonder weapon needing to actually affect an Easter egg compared to just getting a wonder weapon in a map and just having it for like going rounds and like advancing your gameplay.
Right. Yeah.
Like
Just
what do
it's
you
like
guys
its
mean
lethality
by
against the
the-
zombies. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I think
what's more important for you guys? Like would you prefer that it is involved in the Easter egg step and that it's
Yeah.
crucial to have it? Or
So
I think it makes it way better.
so a lot of Easter eggs that have been made recently, I would say they pretty much all of them do require the Wonder Weapon
Yeah.
to do some sort of steps. I'm fine with that. I don't really mind that all too much. But the thing that I really want as an interaction between them is like I think Zetsubo is like a really good example, and Carp, I'm so glad that you brought it up. The KT4 Masamune, like its interaction with the map, it goes so much deeper than just to get the bullet, right? For the anti-aircraft gun. I just like how you can use it to upgrade plants. Like you can affect the sandbox in a way. I like if there's something you can do with a wonder weapon to facilitate an Easter egg faster, then obviously that's a W, right? That's awesome.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like having it like have additional properties that you can use the map with to like, have more fun. If
Yeah, no,
for lack of better words.
And
for sure.
I think that's one of my biggest problems with Infinite Warfare Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Like outside of Spaceland, there is really no reason to pick up the Wonder Weapons if you're doing the Easter eggs on the latter 4 maps. And that
Yeah.
sucks because they're some of the coolest Wonder Weapons ever made.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I feel myself never using them.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think yeah, I'm pretty sure it is literally only Attack and Beast that have like the two most Wonder Weapon interactions with the environment stuff, because Beast you can get ammo from the eggs that you kill the cryptids, and in Attack you can refill the MAD by picking up parts
Yeah,
for it,
sorry,
or
got
you
it.
can use the
From
plunger
the pod,
to pop the Krog pods. But like all it is it's just a feature of the weapon that allows you to gain ammunition. It's a feature on the map that gives you ammunition. The
Yeah.
Spaceland Wonder Weapons, like there's nothing to do in the environment except for a direct Easter egg step that requires you to shoot the arch. That's still pretty cool though. Like that's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
Rave has 0 Wonder Weapon
Nothing.
interactions minus Ghosts and Skulls 2. You need the Ben Franklin for that. Everything else, there's no other interaction with the map. And then Shaolin, the Wonder Weapons are literally melee weapons.
Yeah.
They do fit the map though. So Shaolin has 2 Wonder Weapons that do fit the map's theme, kind of similar to how the Chrysalax on Forsaken fits the map theme, and it is still a melee weapon. But yeah, I think that it's really cool.
Yeah, I agree, honestly. And I was gonna mention Skur Ritual had for their sewer map, they had their plague gun.
Right.
And
where you
had
shot
to use
the
that to
rats
shoot
on the
those
ground
little-
to like disinfect a spot that wouldn't deal damage to you.
That wasn't the one I was getting at, but you made a good point with that one too. No, I was actually you had to shoot those little golden pods on the walls in order to open them
In order
up.
to open them, make
be
them
able to-
vulnerable so that you could take them.
Yeah, to
up
get
down
into the next
nests.
area.
Right. Yeah.
Which-
yeah.
That you had to have the weapon in order to go through that area, and you need the wonder weapon no matter what. And part of me, I thought that was kind of cool. I thought that honestly was neat that it requires you to get this wonder weapon and to use it.
It sucks though.
Yeah.
So
Sucks though.
it sucks.
Outside of utilizing it for opening up the map, there you cannot use it for normal PvE. You kind of are forced to go for some of the box weapons or try and get like a different map's wonder weapon from the box.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I slayed with that weapon. I love that gun. I was doing well with that. Yeah.
I
upgraded
absolutely
that thing to full.
despise the lethality of the plague. The way that I want to use the weapon, I almost want to use the weapon like the Shredder from IW Zombies. I really want to. I tried that, man.
I have not even considered that.
If you guys have seen the top 5 Wonder Weapon video that I made for Skur Ritual, I'm sure a lot of you may have seen it. Maybe you've not. I ranked it pretty low on my list.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was not. It's just not.
Unfortunate.
It's just not.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
I do admit
it's all utility on one map that needs it for utility. You can get it on other maps, but like, why would you want it on another map? There's no reason to want it.
I don't know.
Unless if there's a hidden
Easter
music Easter egg in another map that requires it. I know that there's new music Easter eggs. I know that they exist on other than the newest map. I know they exist. All right. I was in a small Discord VC with some people while we were hunting the Easter egg on day 1 for the new map, House of the Damned, and people were on other maps and they were looking for music boxes, the mini jukeboxes for where you could like play the song on for the map, and people found them on the other map. So maybe the Wonder Weapons have more of a use there. Maybe they do.
Maybe. I did see your video that came out. It was for a music Easter egg, so that was pretty sick. Yeah. But yeah, I did get to play it too. I did actually find the new Wonder Weapon to be very interesting. Literal splash damage on that is very neat.
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's worse than the plague though.
At first I did not like it when I first got it. I found weapons that I thought worked better, but for crowd control, it actually worked really nice.
Did it?
On a single enemy, yeah, it's not worth it. But yeah, I'll literally have the video coming out. You can check it out. It was working.
I will have to look at that because maybe I'm using it wrong.
You know what's better for crowd control, Notlad?
What's that?
Molotovs.
Fire grenades.
Molotovs or your super. They updated the game, by the way. All the ultimates, even the base one, without adding a miracle to it, gives you this small AoE ring around you. It's like a panic button, and it just insta-kills all the zombies around you, or the quiet ones, because it's Skur Ritual. But yeah, and it has infinite damage.
They're zombies.
Which one was that? That particular ability?
The ultimate.
Okay.
Like, you don't even need to assign a miracle to it. It's just a passive effect that all the ultimates have. Every ultimate has.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
They updated that. So, like, if you have the invincible
interesting.
one, you could just pop that in a tight spot, kill all the zombies around you, and then you can't die for, like, however long it lasts.
So it's just
good.
a broken explosive touch. I didn't know that.
That's cool.
Kinda. I mean, yeah, close enough. Close enough. Close enough.
Very
It's got the you literally can't die with it. You can die with explosive. Really hard.
Sorry,
to,
I was referring to the Exo Zombies variant of explosive touch, where you're actually invulnerable.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair.
Exo Zombies.
That's
that
fair.
was. Oh yeah. Sorry,
The
drop that you can pick up. Yeah, the star
yeah,
ability
the
or
drop. The star
like the Mario
ability.
star.
Yo,
not Mario.
Mario star.
Dude. Oh my god, I'm getting so many custom.
Wasn't it a star
references.
though? I honestly can't remember. It's been a little bit.
So.
For some reason, I thought it was a
Carpal
star you
would
picked
know.
up.
Carpal would know. He plays.
I can't
Exos.
remember, man. It's been a bit from Exo Zombies, and I played so much of that, man. God, I gotta get back to that game actually. Well, hey, very cool though. The other thing I wanted to mention too with our topics, because you mentioned the different ray guns you can build in Infinite Warfare on Zombies in Spaceland. Those I was actually surprised to hear that those are ranked really low as like for Wonder Weapons. As far as Wonder Weapons go,
What?
people rank them really low. People surprisingly don't like them that much. I was kind of
He's
surprised.
talking about from a damage perspective.
I don't think from necessarily a damage perspective, because I know the Shredder's supposed to be like pretty powerful, although it's not the best of them. It's a powerful weapon. But no, people just didn't like it. I don't know if it's because you have to go through the process of building it. Maybe as we were talking about, like they don't have any other effect in game besides just being a damage weapon, and that's it.
Right.
So I don't really know the reason behind it. I was kind of hoping maybe you guys knew a little bit more about that, but I was really surprised to hear that. I even saw some comments recently about it.
No, if people
just
are ranking them really low, it's probably mainly because of like the one true thing that they are supposed to be used for, which is damage, right? Just damaging
Also,
zombies or damaging the brute.
alien, yeah.
Or yeah, the
too,
alien.
yeah.
I mean, they are the best in the entire game for the aliens. Like that's the number one thing you use them for on damage. But majority of the game, you're gonna be using them on zombies or the brute. Yeah, they're dog shit.
Yeah,
dog shit.
I do. Well, I don't know.
So
I personally really like the Discord. Like, I personally find that one to be a really great weapon. I like that you can just shoot a zombie.
The Discord and the head cutter, those two are very, very close favorites of mine. I can't pick between them which one I like the most. But yeah,
I just
the
can't
face
see anybody ranking those low though. They're unique. Maybe they don't look terribly unique, but they fit the theme of the map. They were like a toy ray gun almost, and I don't know. I was just really surprised to hear that people did not like them that much. So surprised the heck out of me, honestly. I just can't imagine that. But anyways, I'm gonna move on to our next topic that I have here.
Go for it, yeah.
So the number 3, if you were to create your own wonder weapon, what would it be and what would it be called? Like if you were to design it and stuff, like if you designed it, what kind of, like from previous wonder weapons you see, what kind of features would you add to it? What would make the perfect wonder weapon in your eyes? That's basically what I want to know. And also, if you can think of a cool name, just throw that in there too.
This is a tough one.
I would have to think about that.
Yeah.
Do we need to come back to that one, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Something I've actually thought about quite a bit.
Oh, you have?
I have actually.
Because
there's certain things I know I like. I already, honestly, we talked about it. I don't know if you remember that, Wistful, but when we did that Christmas map, the Christmas Zombies map, I can't remember what that one was called.
Yeah.
We had gotten on the discussion of like, if I was to create a wonder weapon, what would it be? And since then, I've had time to think about it. The name I had chose has not changed. I would call it the Arc 7, just because I personally find that to be a very cool name, and that's what I would go for.
The Arc 7, okay.
The weapon itself, I had the ability down. I gotta remember what it was. I had something for sure down, but maybe I should come back to that. So if we're gonna talk about it again later, then I'll get that together. But for now,
Alright.
the name is for sure Arc 7. And I kind of got a style in mind that I'd like to go for, but I'll save that for later. We'll go to the next question for the meantime. Okay, so I erased number 4. I don't know what number 4 was. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. What are your thoughts on visible effects? Do they take away from your playing capabilities? Like, the thing I was thinking out most of all is like you use, what would be a good example of this? The Apothecant Servant, for instance. You shoot a black hole, and it has a lot of visual effects, but you can't see anything beyond it. I was just recently watching Noah J, I believe Mr. Waffle Waffles, and Darlick JD. They were doing a speed run of Revelations, and Noah J was the one I was watching the perspective of, and he was using the Apothecant Servant to go rounds, and the effect that he was shooting was getting in the way of his vision. He couldn't see any of the zombies in his environment or anything beyond the point he was shooting because the visual effects were just so intense. Granted, that weapon will just kind of devastate anything, so there's not much worry with that. But yeah, like, do you feel like in gameplay that like the visual effects from a weapon ever take away from the experience in any way, or do they only benefit it? Like that's kind of what I'm wondering. So, what do you guys think?
I mean, in the Apothecant's case, why do you need to see the zombies? They're all just gonna die anyway.
Yeah, see that
Yeah.
that makes sense. But yeah,
I don't know if there's any visual effects that I find intrusive necessarily.
Yeah, I'm
mhm.
not really seeing much of that either.
I don't actually agree on that one. I have had times where you use a particular weapon, and because of its animation, you can't see the zombies that are heading your way. So I'll use an example, for instance, the Mark III ray gun. Or no, sorry, the Zap gun is more the one I'm thinking of. Um,
The
so
zap gun.
when you shoot that weapon, the zombies in front of you, they puff up and they explode, right? That's kind of the visual
Yeah.
effect it has.
That's the
So
wave gun. Yeah.
is that the wave? Sorry, I'm getting them mixed up here. But yeah, the wave gun then. Yeah, so when you shoot that, you get that effect in the zombies in front of you. I had times when I would shoot that weapon, the zombies, if I shot something really close to me, the animation of the zombies in front of me would block the vision of the zombie that was coming right at me. And I'd kind of miss it.
Right.
It wasn't serious. I was able to get out of that situation. But then I think of other weapons, much like um for instance, like we have our ice weapons. When you shoot the ice weapon, instead of killing the zombies instantly and just dissolving them or wiping them off the screen, they are frozen in front of you. They're blocking your vision. You can't see the stuff that might be coming towards you or something like
Yeah,
that.
and they'll physically block your path. Yeah, that's something that
Situations
kind of
like
annoys
that.
me about the ice staff, but
hmm
it's so
But yeah,
strong on BO2 anyway, so it doesn't really bother me.
yeah.
In the
See,
same boat as the Apothecant.
yeah. I feel like a lot of the effects from weapons seem to kind of balance that out a little bit, but there's been times, depending on the weapon and the effect that it gives off, can be a little tricky. I also noticed that in Cold War with the what's the name of that weapon? We just mentioned it. The
Yes, Reiki,
the one from the first map,
die,
the die machine.
die.
What was that name of that one? That was the die. Yeah.
There's
So yeah, if you'd use like the acid ability, dog acid ability, I can't remember that one. It's
that's what I
rolling around
call
in my
it.
brain, but I can't remember. That's like something 9, wasn't it?
The green one.
Oh,
Let's just call it
yeah.
that.
Anyways, the green one, yeah. So like that one, when you shoot something like that, it clouds your whole vision. You can't see anything unless you're a ways away from your shot. But if you're in it, you can't see what's around you. And granted, it'll kill a lot of the stuff that comes into that cloud. But there's a certain point when that effectiveness starts to wear off. The cloud will still be there, but the zombies will still come at you. if you're not careful, you could get yourself downed with that. But yeah, just stuff like that. The stuff that kind of blocks your vision like that. You guys don't have any problems with that at all, huh?
Can't say that I do. No.
Okay. Yeah, I guess on certain weapons, it does kind of bother me a little bit. I will say that. Like, I like seeing cool effects, but if it hinders my vision for playing, I feel like it can sometimes hinder my playing ability a little bit at times. Just depending on how precarious the situation is. But yeah, anyways, that's all I wanted to ask you guys. Want to ask you guys on that one. So, let's see. What is the next one I had here? Uniqueness of a wonder weapon. Is that a must? And I wanted to use a particular example, the rake weapon. I personally did not find that a very unique weapon. When I saw it, it looks too much like a basic rifle that you get out of the box. I didn't honestly find it to be that crazy unique. And although it does have like a few moving parts in it, it didn't do it for me. Like I expect a little bit more from a wonder weapon, but I was wondering if you guys felt the same on that or not.
Wait, what weapon?
The
The
Rake
Rake.
84. Yeah.
The Reiki.
Mm.
I think the Reiki is very ugly. Yeah, that's my take. What about you? What about you, Wist?
So, yeah, I'd probably think the same. If the box didn't have that glowing effect to signify the rarity.
Yeah.
We love the aura.
So in that case, and I think I kind of know the answer that you guys might have, but the uniqueness, would you say that's a must for a wonder weapon? Like if to have that particular unique style and look to it, or does just a weapon that maybe does some visual like killing effects on the zombies and stuff like that, or does it even matter? Does the weapon need to actually look much like a wonder weapon? Should it just be like another gun from the box almost, but have higher damage than everything else?
Something tells me you're talking about the Helion Salvo. I don't know what about it,
That
but
obvious?
it sounds like you're talking about my baby.
I have some gripes, dude. Just a little bit. No, I think generally though it is something that I felt like some of our newer maps have kind of been getting to. Like some of the weapons, not all of them though. Some of the weapons have been getting to more of just a modern feel to it. They don't have that uniqueness that I love in a wonder weapon. Like it doesn't look like an apothecary servant, or it doesn't look like a thunder gun where it's just this something crazy new. Well, I guess the thunder gun maybe might not be the best example, but it does have its own unique look, I guess. Or like the Wunderwaffe.
Yeah.
Like the Wunderwaffe is unique. It's got a very unique design. It's obvious you can see it's a wonder weapon kind of thing because it doesn't look like your average gun. So yeah, I'm really curious. Like, is that an important part for people? And to me, I personally would say it is. Like, I like a wonder weapon that looks visually cool, and that's personally something I'd like. I've seen a lot of mod maps where sometimes they'll take a basic gun and give it just like an ultimate fire of some sort, but it doesn't look cool, you know? It doesn't have that super wonder weapon kind of look to it that I honestly love. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm wondering. Is that a must or is that not?
I mean, there are some wonder weapons that I like that, like a first-time player could mistake for a normal weapon, like the scavenger. Like in a vacuum, could just look like a normal sniper until you fire it and kill yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it definitely does not. I think it helps a wonder weapons case, but I don't think it's like up there as one of the most important things. As we discussed last time.
Yeah.
The wonder weapons effects are far more important, like lethality, utility. But I mean, you know, if a wonder weapon looks cool, that's just bonus points.
Added bonus. Yeah, see, that's an interesting take. That's what I was looking for. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that. But what about you, Wist?
Excuse me, I'm having a snack through this. By the way, I shut my face cam off for
You
this
eat
portion of the
after
podcast.
recording.
So...
Don't worry, I got coffee.
Oh my gosh! Once again, the only professional one here.
Dang. Okay. Well, it's back. It's back. I've turned it back on. Anyway, so yeah.
Okay.
What are you snacking on? Okay.
I was having some chocolate crunch bars, if you would ask, if you need to know.
My goodness. Where is the professionalism?
So here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing.
Yep.
Recent years, I have been trying to see Wonderweapons for what they truly are. Their damage, their utility, their viability in the gameplay, to Easter egg progression, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
I try to give more love to Wonderweapons, but I really, really need the Wonderweapon to look good, to pop out, to be unique. I need that.
You need the thumbnail. You need the thumbnail.
Yeah, I need the thumbnail. Yes. That's that. I couldn't have said it better myself.
I got you. Yeah. No, I can see both. Like, I do think a Wonder Weapon should have damage, but just to get a unique looking Wonder Weapon, I mean, like for me, as I mentioned, like the Mark II, which is not at all a weak weapon or anything like that, but it has such a cool look, and to me, that's what sells the weapon for me most of all. And
I would have to agree with that.
Without its look, I don't know if I would
honestly,
like it as
the
much.
most recent Wonder Weapon that we've ever had that actually doesn't look as good as I think it should is the VR11 in MW3.
Does it not look the same as the original?
I have
no, it doesn't. It looks so bad. It looks so bad. I hate it. I hate the way it looks.
Really? I didn't know they changed it.
Like, the only good part about it is the VFX and, like, some minor changes, but, like, I don't like how it looks. It looks too military, too...
Really?
I don't like the way that it looks. I don't.
I'm looking it up right now.
It's less wondrous, less
Because yeah, the classic had such a unique look.
I mean, I guess if it's gonna be a wonder weapon, it should be wonderful. Like it should stand out. That's kind of the main point.
Doesn't it look the same as the original?
It's got a very similar shape, but it does not look the same.
To me, it looks pretty cool. Unless this isn't
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. You're probably looking at the right one.
Huh.
I trust that you're looking at the right one.
Clean silver appearance. It's really shiny on the outside, and then it's got some yellow glowing cylinders on the inside, it looks like. Kind of like that.
Not for me.
Oh, is that not it?
That's it. That's definitely it. Yeah.
That's it.
It's just not for me. Like the one that you put at the top left of your thumbnail for the last episode, that's the one.
That is the one. Okay.
That is the one that I'm not a fan of.
Honestly, I kind of thought it looked very similar to the original, just without the kind of the camo print on it. Because the original, I believe, had a camo pattern.
Yeah, the original had a camo pattern and it had a label on it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, they look very similar. I honestly, in fact, I think the glowing yellow on the inside is a newer feature to it. If anything, I think the newer version looks better than the original. It didn't have any glowing stuff on it. Really, that's the only
that one.
That's the only difference I'm seeing.
Oh well.
I'll send you a side-by-side picture of these, but I'll do that later.
All right.
Yeah. I haven't played the Archon since launch. I don't remember if it has a unique wonder weapon or not. Is it truly just green? Whatever the second map is?
I don't remember. That map has
Archon. Is that something from Modern Warfare 3?
No, it's from Vanguard.
I played it online. It was the last map that Vanguard had.
That was literally the next thing I was going to ask you. Like, did you guys play Vanguard? And if so, did it have any wonder weapons?
The Decimator shield, I think, was the only unique one.
Was the only unique one. And it was, it's like,
I mean, it looked pretty neat. Like the eyes, pretty cool. Yeah. But it didn't really do much. Basically, what it was, Notlad, was it was like an AOE that you get every like 90 seconds or something that could wipe out a horde. But yeah, yeah, no, I think it's fitting for Vanguard. I think
it was Vanguard.
It was Vanguard.
Okay. Yeah, that is another one I didn't play. That's another zombie game I never touched because that one got a horrible review.
Yeah, I don't recommend it.
Really bad.
I cannot recommend it.
Huh. Okay. Well, I can't seem to find any pictures of any of the Wonder Weapons. So
I will say though,
the
when they brought the Wonder Waff back on the Shin Onuma remake, it was actually pretty cool.
Okay.
It was actually good. And that's the only good thing I can say about that entire experience. So, yeah.
The zombies look pretty cool though. Like they had a kind of a red eyes and kind of like pattern on their forehead as well. Like the zombies look cool, right? At least.
I don't think that's a compelling reason to buy Call of Duty Vanguard.
Oh no, I don't know if I will get it, but maybe one of these days if it gets cheap enough, but it never goes really on a good enough sale. So
well, MW3 just came to Game Pass, so there's always a chance.
If you're gonna play Vanguard for zombies, it's never gonna be cheap enough for you.
Yeah, that is kind of the downside. I mean, if I could get it for free or something, that'd be sick.
If you're gonna play it.
Yeah.
For like $5.
Yeah, see, that's the kind of sale I'm waiting for.
Yeah, that's the kind of sale you have to wait for, because otherwise the game is just... It's not worth it.
That's unfortunate.
It is really not worth it.
It is so bad.
Well, I'm glad to hear it from you guys. I might never get it then. Huh.
You wouldn't be missing out on much, except for minor lore details that YouTubers will 10,000% go over, if it's even important.
Was there a lot of lore in that one?
They dropped Alistair's name in like one voice line, and I don't think they built upon that at all in the Vanguard story.
That's the
so it just kind of came up randomly, huh?
It was kind of just like a shoulder nudge for fans of Black Ops 4.
Interesting.
And that's all it was. It had no adverse effects.
The only reason to play Vanguard.
Alistair mentioned.
Alistair.
Did they remodel the Wonder? Why is the name escaping me? Shucks. What is the name? The electric one that you like, Whistle. What is the name of that one? Wonderwaff. Oh my gosh, that was escaping me so badly.
Are you okay?
I'm having a rough night, guys. It's brutal for me.
The podcast is named after the Wonder Bus from Shadow Throne.
I know. I just what's the
Wonderwaff?
The rest of it. Wonderwaff. Yeah, I'm seeing a picture here from Vanguard, and it looks like it's been kind of redid a little bit. It looks just a little.
The pack camos on it look really good. Surprisingly.
Interesting. Okay, but anyways, I'm gonna get back to the list here. Let's see, where did I leave off? Okay. What are your thoughts on melee wonder weapons? I guess we did kind of talk about that one a little bit.
We did.
Yeah.
But I guess the one question I would ask is, would you guys like to see more melee wonder weapons in the future?
For sure.
Not so much on that one?
I could take it or leave her.
Okay, I gotcha. I personally like the idea of a melee wonder weapon.
I'm not super stoked. Maybe that's just of how much I've used the katana and the nunchucks on Talon. But
sure.
But yeah.
Yeah, okay. I mean, World War II did melee wonder weapons the best.
That's true.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, actually,
I don't know
that would be actually. Here I was saying earlier there wasn't any other melee wonder weapons, but no, there actually was melee wonder weapons in World War II. That's right, the scythe and technically the teleporting one was a knife.
Yeah,
as well,
the
right?
scythe, the flail, the shield, the hammer, the sword, the other sword, the hatchet, the knife, the bat.
I don't know if I can consider all those other ones. Those are kind of just like basic weapons. I wouldn't consider.
Well, they are wonder weapons.
When you said like the knife, you're talking about the ones that you could just pick up in the environment, right?
No, I'm talking about the Dancer's Dagger, which is a special version of that you unlock via Wonder Weapon Quest.
Man, I can't even remember.
See, Notlad, I also don't play as much World War II, but I kind of understand what he means, because I have played those maps.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I do remember there's a lot more Wonder Weapons. At least I remember the 4 from that particular map. The rest, I don't honestly remember the other ones. But that does kind of show there has been more melee Wonder Weapons in game. I completely forgot about those ones. But yeah,
Yeah,
I did like those. I did like using the scythe and stuff. I remember that. I personally just really like melee Wonder Weapons. I think it's cool. I think it's a unique thing, and I wouldn't mind seeing more unique creations for it. Even going back to Skur Ritual, they have a sword Wonder Weapon in the
Yeah.
third to last map. And yeah, I didn't like that one personally. I didn't find it to be as good, but I think they may have updated it after I had
You mean
played
the
it
second to
because
last map?
uh yeah,
Deadly
second to last
Lover's
map, yeah.
Fortress. That's the one it's featured on.
Yep.
I've never used that Wonder Weapon.
No? Yeah, see,
No.
People
when I
would
first tried
probably
it was
roast me for
terrible.
this. And some people in the comments definitely disagreed with my opinion because I put it at the bottom. I don't really like it. I don't think
Of
it
your
does
list.
enough damage. But people are like, but it stuns, it stuns, it stuns. It's good because it can stun. And I'm like,
Wait,
They
but
need
Wistful, it
stunning for that.
stuns. Okay, sorry.
but yeah, like
No, I didn't get any stunning ability or anything. I did not like that weapon. And then
yeah, I don't
when
like
I
it
played
either.
with you, Wist, you pulled that out of the box and it looked completely different. So I think they updated it
You get it out of the
sometime
box,
right
the
after.
version of it that you already get for like doing
The
the
quest?
quest. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The base sword you can only get on that map.
Huh.
Yeah,
Interesting. Okay. Maybe that's it. Yeah,
that's
all I
why.
know is that I did not like it. It was not a great weapon.
Yeah,
So
Is
I,
is the Golden Sport considered a melee Wonder Weapon, or do you think that's just like a?
no.
Because I mean, damage
I
wise,
don't know
it
if I would consider that
I
as a
would not
wonder weapon,
consider it a
no.
melee wonder weapon. I would consider a melee wonder weapon a melee weapon that literally takes a
that
weapon
literally
slot.
takes up a weapon.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
not the fist, not the Iron Fist either.
Yeah.
Not the Iron Fist either. No, not the Thunder
Right.
Punches. No, not the
Yeah, I
Golden
wouldn't
Sport.
consider that.
Okay.
Not that.
No.
No.
And what about specialists? Would you just call those specialists?
Yeah,
That I
not wonder
wouldn't
weapons.
either.
Okay,
No.
so then the first melee Wonder Weapon would have been would have been the katana in the nunchucks, which is kind of crazy that it took them that many games to implement a
That's the
fully.
thing for it. I don't know if I can consider it a wonder weapon because that to me just seems like
What?
just a weapon, you know? Um
Wait, what do you mean?
It shoots a big dragon. What?
The
Oh
katana,
wait,
the katana when you
which
pack a punch it can
oh, are you
fire
talking
a
from
cat
Challenge?
projection.
Oh,
The nunchucks when you melee zombies
Oh,
in its pack a punch,
I was,
makes a puff of like a green flash and it heals you.
I got what you guys are talking about now.
Yeah.
I didn't know what game you
Challenge
guys were talking about. I
shuffle.
thought you were
Yeah.
talking about Takio's katana and
No,
stuff
no,
like
no,
oh
that.
no,
no,
no, no, no,
no,
no.
no, no, no.
Because yeah, that's I wouldn't consider a wonder weapon, no. But okay, I now know which one you're speaking of.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
also wouldn't
no,
consider that one.
that counts. I think that would count because yeah, that is a wonder weapon. Um, I mean that's my personal view on it. I see that one to be a wonder weapon.
Yeah.
Um, because yeah,
It-
I feel like to get the title of a wonder weapon, it has to do something unique that a just a basic weapon can't.
It needs
And that
a
definitely
it either
has it.
needs a weapon slot. For me, it either needs a weapon slot or a slot in your inventory that you can always access. You don't have to charge it via getting kills or time like a specialist weapon. It the jet gun is a little bit of an iffy one for me because it's a buildable.
Yeah.
It dances very close to not being one. I think I still have to count it as one though. Um, and like yeah, like I said, just a melee slot, or I'm sorry, a weapon slot. Yeah, a weapon slot. That would
Oh yeah.
yeah, definitely classify it as a wonder weapon. And it of course has
Sure.
the features that normal wonder weapons have that your normal everyday weapon doesn't have.
Doesn't. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, honestly, I'm glad to hear these thoughts. This is a very interesting conversation on this. I like this. All right, going to the next one for you. Lore behind Wonder Weapons. Is that important? Like, as we've had like the Porter One ray gun, that one has some lore behind it and stuff like that. And I believe like the Mark II and the Mark III ray gun all have a little bit of lore behind them. Um, in terms of like some of the newer ones we've gotten, I don't know if there has been as much. Like they're involved in the story, but I don't know if they've had so much lore as like we've been used to in maybe some of the previous games. But like for you guys, do you guys find that an important feature to a wonder weapon? Do you guys hope to see more of that in Black Ops 6?
I honestly, I don't really care about that
I
as much as
used to
others
probably
might.
care. I don't anymore as much, nearly as
Like
much as I used to.
I hope I don't know much about lore, zombies wise. I hope I'm not getting this wrong. But Richtofen inventing the Wunderwaffe, that doesn't really change my opinion on the whatsoever.
Right.
I still think it's a really good weapon.
Mhm.
I guess the unique quotes are kind of cool coming from Richtofen, but again, it's not that big of a deal to me.
Yeah, I guess I could agree with that. I guess in recent years, it's kind of been diminishing. I think it's because we haven't been getting lore behind a weapon. But personally, I guess I would like to see more lore with it because, and this is kind of outreaching to a different game, but I remember this particular weapon that it held the soul of this little girl or something like that. It would shoot a devastating effect. I don't remember what game that was. I played it a long time ago. I think it's on my channel. But yeah, this weapon apparently it had the soul of this particular person in it, and because of that, it would do like crazy amounts of damage and stuff like that. That kind of notion and getting like kind of a backstory like that, I think is kind of cool and has potential, you know? So I wouldn't mind having more lore kind of related to it. And then getting like, as you were saying, like a quote from like one of your main characters about that weapon in general when they pull it from the box or something like that. That's kind of cool, honestly. I like that idea. So I think we've kind of lost it in recent years where it's not
Yeah,
such an important
I would
thing,
agree with
where it's
that.
now it's just like a wonder weapon is just something someone built in a lab and there you go. That's
Yeah,
it.
I
And it's
I
like
think that if the Wonder Weapon has lore to it, I think that I would be
increases its
mostly
value a little more.
intrigued of it if it had some kind of significance to the overall story
Yeah.
for zombies, you know?
Yeah,
Cuz
exactly.
for example, the Wunderwaffe, why is it important to zombies? Also sorry, this just came in. Quame Brown _1 PS4 _ thank you for the follow off stream. What the heck? What the heck?
It never stops, man. Never stops.
Off stream follow, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, like I was saying. So yeah, like with the Wunderwaffe, the whole story behind how Richtofen was supposed to be developing it, but then he didn't want to fully invest in it because he was a little bit scared of Maxis's intentions that he wanted to sell it and mass produce it to the Nazi army. And you know, they wanted to make the world a better place, not necessarily some like, you know, death and whatnot. And
Yeah.
it was a side project. Oh no, I think that was actually his main project. His side project that he steered away from, which actually caused the main conflict of zombies in general, the MTD, right? The matter transference device.
Mhm.
That kind of story, that kind of lore. It has
Yeah.
a foundational purpose in the Ether story for zombies. Those, like, a wonder weapon such as that is so integral to the story, and it makes it so much more immersive for players because of its role, because of its place. We don't see that as much lately, and that's honestly because the story lately hasn't been nearly as captivating as it used to be. I'll just say it. I'll just say it. I'm not as much of a fan of the way that the Dark Ether story is currently carrying itself out, but that's because the last two games we've had to fill in blank spots or jump ahead from blank spots. Why did they make Modern Warfare 3 like a future game? I don't know. Like, it's a future game, but it's not future, because if it was super future,
It takes place
it would be
in
like
the
Advanced
future,
Movement,
yeah.
Black Ops 3. It's like, oh my god.
Exo Zombies, yeah.
Yeah,
Exo
Exo
much
exactly,
better.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I would actively play that game.
I'm
if
just
it had Exo
excited that
movement.
Black Ops 6,
Cool.
we're getting a continuation from Cold War, and they have a chance to make the lore of the Wonder Weapons integral to characters that aren't important in the story, which
Yeah.
It's probably going to be the characters that we play as, because I know we play as some scientists. We know that. We know that.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool.
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder why some of the wonder weapons are where they are.
Yeah.
like why out of this mystery box can you get a device that can shrink other people in these random ruins that are like allegedly on another planet? Like why?
Yeah, that's
Answer,
the thing. Like
somewhere in the lore it was made. Other answer, Monty put them in there. Deal with it.
Deal with it.
Yeah, but I think he has a good point with that too. We kind of mentioned that in the previous episode for like a wonder weapon matching the theme of a map and like having one, like we were saying, like particular weapons we found didn't really go very well in a particular map, and it could have been implemented in a different one and been accepted a little bit better in that. I think there's some truth behind that. It seems like a lot of our weapons now are just kind of becoming like mad science weapons, and they kind of losing a little bit of that particular uniqueness. I didn't see that in the Crystal Axe. The Crystal Axe was the exception though, but yeah. Still, like I like the idea of it matching the map. Like, imagine if we got like the Tesla gun, or sorry, the Wonderwaf in
Wow.
Shadows of Evil. That would have technically matched because it's kind of like a steampunk version of a weapon. So I was kind of thinking like that one could honestly
this
go with
is
the
a
theme.
slightly bad
know?
example because you can get the Wonderwaf on Shadows.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but I mean if it was like the main
what?
wonder weapon instead of like the apothecant servant kind of thing.
Yeah,
like
I see your
wait,
point.
wait, back up. What list?
You can get the Wonderwaf on Shadows on Black Ops 3 PC. You just do a give command. You can get it. It's coded for it to be on that map.
You had me scared. I thought I was just like
You
I
thought you were
fake fan.
behind?
Normally,
I
no.
mean, only slightly, but not that much.
I thought I was a fake fan. Yeah, okay.
No.
Don't we know Whisk? This
It's
man
not
mods
intended
out of
to
this
get
game.
it, but it exists because of playtesting reasons, I'm sure. It was a launch map, so.
Don't you know this man? He goes into every game he plays with a mod map or mod menu. Sorry.
Oh yeah, for real.
Every game.
No, I think one of the best examples of lore actually improving a wonder weapon are the origin staves, and how they tie back into the end of Revelations.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like, yeah, to have a story that connects it to the particular map in more in depth than just like, this particular weapon was made by a scientist and here you go. Instead of just getting that, I like more that it has depth. Like it's actually each weapon has a story behind it, you know? And it has a history with so and so characters and stuff like that. That's cool. I although maybe it's not necessarily important for most players, like they just want to get the weapon to use in the map to progress the game and stuff like that. But I think there is such a cool aspect to it, and if the lore is done correctly, I think that will make the weapon seem so much cooler than maybe what it already is. Because yeah, I think like the original ray gun, I think that's part of the reason why it's brought back so many times in our games that we have now. Not only is it just a classic weapon from a map that we know and love, it also has this cool lore behind it and a story behind it that makes it that much more interesting, you know? So yeah, I think there's potential to have lore in our future Wonder Weapons, and I would personally like to see maybe some lore behind whatever weapon we get in Black Ops 6. I think that would be really cool, personally. So yeah, but interesting thoughts there on that one. I like the ideas we had here. Let's see, what was my next one? We already did that one. Gaining a wonder weapon from the box or only being able to build it. What are your thoughts on that? Because we've had both in our games in the past, where some we have to build the wonder weapon in order to get it. Others, we can just pull it out of the box. What is your thoughts on that? Should a good wonder weapon be built, or should it just be procured?
I mean, if the process is fun, I don't mind making it. I actually prefer it in some cases. The only times I don't prefer it is when you have you have some steps that are just unreasonable, like the Venom X getting it normally on Beast. There is no reason why that should be like that. Normal players who are just going into that map are not going to feel motivated to complete that for the weapon.
Yeah.
So if it's done well, I definitely do prefer a quest. Or another option would be have a quest for it, but also have a small chance to get it from the box. So if you don't want to do the quest, you can also do it that method.
So you'd kind of say a bit of a mix of both, almost like have
Yeah.
it provide in the box, but also be able to build it. And I know some maps have done that in the past too. Well, hey, very good. What about you, Wist?
So I just have to agree with Carpal for the most part. Like if the quest process is fun, then yeah, definitely. I much prefer that over it. One weapon still being in the box, I think that should still stay in. I think that's still good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really paid too much mind to whether a weapon is like required from the box or is like a quest or you can do it from both. That's personally something that's never truly bothered.
Think about it from like a speedrunning perspective. What would you prefer then? If like it was incorporated into your run, or if you just had to yeah.
Then it would be probably more emphasis on how well can I break the quest? How easy is it to break the quest? What's the minimum requirement that I need to do things? So like just for an example, I'm just gonna bring this up for an example. Using napalm burst on Forsaken to trigger a napalm burst effect that ends up killing a tormented zombie that
is that how
spawns on
you
that
do it?
map, and then it
how you do
turns
it?
into the Chrysalax part instead of lighting it on fire with a flamethrower, because that saves you so much salvage. And you can expend the points. It's not that big of a deal because you're constantly getting it back. Yeah, it's stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
I to be honest, I never consider that as an option for getting that part. That's kind of cool though.
I feel like a lot of people who are watching this probably also didn't know that, so I'm glad that I said it. It's one of those tricks on Forsaken that not a lot of people know about. Also the whole dead wire thing with one of the Easter egg steps there, or Tesla Storm.
Yeah, you
For
can
the
use Tesla Storm.
RCXD. Yeah, you can use Tesla Storm. Or actually, you could use a stun grenade.
Stun grenades works?
Yeah,
That I didn't know.
I'm pretty sure you can use a stun grenade, and it works. I'm pretty sure.
Which is probably the best option.
Yeah.
That is surprising.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
the more you know.
That one.
Like these little
Huh.
things on the quests. Like the more knowledge you have about the way that the game systems work and how you can exploit them, it adds a layer of fun, it adds a layer of skill, and it adds a layer of depth to the Wonderweapons, I think.
Yeah. No, I honestly agree with that, because one of the things I always think back of is to all the glitches that you can do in Infinite Warfare, in their particular maps. Like you can get like 4 weapons in your inventory and stuff like that. Just stuff to break the games like that people just figure out on their own. So I'm glad that those things are left in and that you can do those kind of things. So yeah, honestly, it improves the experience, I find. I also want to go back to also Infinite Warfare on this one, because it's the one I keep thinking of in general, but the quest to build all the ray guns. So like we were talking about being able to build a wonder weapon and also being able to get it out of the box. That's one of those cases you can. Granted, you have to have a director's cut to get the pack-a-punch wonder weapons out of the box, but you can just get the regulars though, right? If you spin the without director's cut?
It's very, very, very so goddamn rare to get them out of the box.
I don't
not
ever remember getting it normally.
It's possible.
So,
I've had teammates report to me that they've gotten it before, but it's so rare. Like it's once in a blue moon. Like once like 3 years or something. It's so rare. That's so rare.
I wasn't sure.
It is so rare that I didn't even know it was possible.
It also might even not be intentional. It's that rare.
It's like oh my god,
I don't know why it's possible, but it is possible.
Huh.
It's like getting
But why would you want an unupgraded Wonder Weapon when most of the time you get the upgraded one from the wheel anyway? So.
But only if you have director's cut, of course. For someone who doesn't, though, you mean that. But what I was trying to base it off from was the director's cut wheel when you get it from there. But I liked with director's cut, of course, being able to get either the Wonder Weapon out of the box or you can build it. Like you were talking about like speed running, which I've seen from your speed runs. You always try to get it out of the box. You never go with just trying to build it because
we never go along with the quest. And that
would take 20 more minutes.
The pet peeve that I have with quests, especially the Wonder Weapons on Spacelands, the number one thing I always hate about anything Easter egg related, even if it's a Wonder Weapon quest, the number one thing that I always hate in zombies is when you are pace locked. You have to get to a certain round because of XYZ reason. Certain entity won't start spawning until this round. I don't have enough zombies to fill this soul box until this round. I hate that. I hate that. I despise
the Mangler part. The Mangler part for the AK on Firebase C is the only reason I will never build the Reiki again.
Like it's there's so no reason dumb. You literally, like, if you want to speedrun to build it, you do the Easter egg to force Manglers to spawn in. Like, you go into the effing, I think it's like the jungle defense area by military commands. When you dig up that canister for the Hellhound lockdown, it spawns you Manglers and it force spawns them. It's so dumb, and they don't spawn until like round 15. It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Round 17.
17, yeah. I haven't played FPZ in a minute, but yeah, where you're pace locked, it's dumb. It's really, really dumb. Overarching Easter egg steps where maybe you need the Brute to do a Ghost and Skulls, or maybe you need a Megaton to shoot some fungus among us. Excuse my reference there. I'm fine with that stuff. That kind of pace locking, I'm okay with. But because there's ways to force spawn those entities in. Like on Spaceline, you fail a steady comm, or you fail a step in the boss fight, instead of just having to go to a certain round. In D Machine, it's like you can use the Mayak when you enter the Dark Ether, or you turn power on in the very next round or something like that. If it's not or you flip 2 rounds and you get a Megaton after the dog round. It's like there's very close to where you are currently in the game static ways to get those entities to spawn in. You don't have to wait for a round milestone. It's the fact that those can exist that I'm fine with. But if you're just ultimately pace locked, like, dude, just no. No, just no. Not for me.
Definitely. I definitely get that.
Sorry, I was hard yapping there.
No, I appreciate you. Oh, that's good.
Can I ask you guys something that's building off that?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
What in your opinion is the best Wonder Weapon quest?
Quest for one, huh?
Yeah.
So I know your answer is going to be from World War II.
You do know my answer.
I know your answer. I know your answer. Oh, what is your favorite Wonder Weapon quest?
Trying to think of which one was less painful.
First one that comes to mind would be one of the staffs. It is technically a quest in my eyes. It is a buildable, but it's also a quest because of the upgrade process. Cypher.
Oh, you should try World War II.
They are honestly fun.
There
The
are some in
upgrade
World War
quests
II
for
that are
those
like
ones are
that,
pretty
though.
fun.
Yeah, like I can understand World War II is like a fundamentally not great game, but there are some actual
there's
gems.
gameplay
There are some
aspects
gems.
of that game.
They
It
did well.
alienates me, unfortunately.
Yeah.
They yeah, man, the quests for Wonderweapons. What's my it's
I
for
did not
them.
like the Venom collecting spec for the spider on
Oh.
KT40, that one.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I think I know what my favorite. Yeah, that's definitely my favorite one. The
What would it be?
Firebow.
No, man.
Yeah.
No, not the
Firebow. I love the Firebow.
Unironically, I
Yeah.
actually really like the whole idea that you're using a Wonder Sphere
You're
and you have to
capping, man.
shoot
No way.
a bow at a circle while you're in the air. I love that. I
I
love the
hated that
timing
one,
and
man.
skill of that, bro. I love that.
Oh, I hated that one
And
so
I love
much.
that you could.
I'm hearing skill issue in your voice now.
I tried so many times on that. It's
There's
just,
so many lineups.
yeah, maybe it was.
There's so many lineups.
Dude,
I love
I
that it
swear,
can,
I hit it so many times. It just didn't go, man. It just didn't happen. God.
My favorite part about building the Firebow is how much those shots can be trivialized. Like if you know the lineups before you launch, you could shoot an
You
arrow
can get
before
all
you
three
even
of them in a
launch
single Wonder Sphere purchase.
in one launch.
Yeah.
It is, which is super satisfying when you pull it off for the first time.
Because you hear the like all three of the Hellhound noises.
That was a great impression. Yep.
Yeah, thank you,
Yes,
appreciate that.
Yeah, very good.
You hear all three of those Hellhound death noises, and you're like, yeah, it's not a dog round. I'm just fucking him. Yeah, you just get that dopamine. I love that.
I guess I would have to say there's two that it's kind of stuck between, and it's very similar to yours, but no way is it the Firebow. But the Void Bow was actually a fun quest. I enjoyed making the Void Bow. That one was actually fun. I like the voice quotes that you get from the spirit trapped inside the vase and finding the symbols and killing the zombies to get the symbols and everything. I did find that to be quite enjoyable, actually. It does take more time than others.
That
but
I hate is the RNG in collecting the symbol. That's the only part of the Void Bow that I sincerely hate.
Yeah,
like
I did see a tutorial that someone made, and they gave a really easy way to do it, but it's been so long I don't remember what it was. Just to get those symbols, they put it in a very simplistic way, but I'd have to let you know if I find that video again.
But it's RNG when the symbols drop.
Yeah.
That's what sucks.
Yeah.
It's the only bow that is just straight up RNG.
It is, but I enjoyed that one. I think they made it in a kind of a fun way. The other one that also I am kind of stuck with is also the die machines Wonder Weapon, the die. That one was actually not that bad. It's not too hard. I like that how you obtain it and everything, and the collection.
Which one? Just the base variant?
Yeah, basic variant. But yeah, if you go into depth with the other variants of it, that is also not bad either. They weren't anything too crazy. There was not a lot of memory steps or anything like that. It was just you'd go to this particular area to get this particular thing. You'd either have to kill maybe a certain type of zombie or something, but you could get it. And I personally found that one to be pretty fun to construct. So it would be between those two, either the Void Bow or the die. I don't know. I honestly don't know which one.
I find that interesting because you like the die because it's simple and there's not a lot of memorization. But the Void Bow is like the complete antithesis of that. You have to remember your symbols, so I find that interesting.
That one, there was something more just about the experience of making it. Maybe the voice that speaks to you and gathering it, and maybe the floating skulls and having to get crawlers and stuff. I don't know. It's hard to say what it is, but I actually like that.
He wants a reason to use crawl space. He has too many crawl space gobblegums in his.
I do actually.
Don't we all? We never have enough
Don't we all?
We never have enough perkas. We always have too much crawl space.
But that is something I would say is like I do not like a lot of memory steps in like creating either for like an Easter egg or for anything. Like I've never been crazy about Simon Says in like Easter eggs and stuff like that. Just memory stuff in general is just a little it's not something I like to see in that kind of stuff. So having a Wonder Weapon quest isn't always for me. And I find that makes it makes me want to achieve that Wonder Weapon that much less. me
I
grammar
see.
good there, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys feel the same about that, but, I know Carpal here likes the challenge, so I
Honorable
I
mention
love it.
for a Wonder Weapon quest that I think is the most unique out of all of them would be the Death of Orion, where you literally make a concoction
Mm,
and you give it to the
yeah.
mystery box to force it
That's
to
not
give
an
you.
upgrade quest though. That's just
What do you mean?
Just to
oh
obtain
No.
the
That's
weapon, yeah.
that's a quest to get the weapon.
Yeah, just to
yeah.
get it, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you said upgrade quest. I see what you mean though.
I said the
You did
most
say upgrade
unique.
quest, didn't you?
Did I?
I almost didn't
Yeah.
pick up on that. First you said, like, regular quest, then you said upgrade quest, I'm pretty sure.
I
No, we get your point. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, we got what
okay.
you're talking about,
But
yeah.
yeah, I think it's the most unique one because it's the only quest that actually you interact with the box to get it, but you get it guaranteed.
Mhm.
I think that's the most unique.
Hmm.
Honorable mention.
Yeah, I don't know if I
Uh,
like that one as much, actually, just because it's really finicky on getting the spout into the tree, and,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's like
yeah,
it is simple, I guess, in certain respects, like, that's not the hardest one to
I
procure.
think I think tracing constellations and then teleporting into the sun to do a fire maze is a little more unique, but that's just me.
This man loves the challenge. I can't
Does.
understand why you guys like the fireball. That
It's
is
not the
just one
fire
thing.
bow.
That's
That
not
is
the
that is
fire
a
bow.
that's the Thulian flail on Frozen Dawn.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds very similar to like the firebow because there is a sun you have to interact with and stuff.
There's a
The
step
the
for the
sun
hammer.
the sun interact hitbox is so finicky on the fire bow.
Uh-huh.
It is so finicky.
That's why I cannot understand. There's so many
Uh,
things that just about that one weapon. I can't understand why you guys like that one.
but the
Oh,
you fly and you shoot.
no.
You shoot while
No.
you fly. It's so
I shot
cool.
so many times at that stupid circle. I never hit it.
Well, whenever you hit it, do you feel satisfied? Do you get hit of
No,
dopamine?
I feel aggravated because how many attempts it took to actually get that, you know? It
Dang.
doesn't feel worth it, man. That's the thing. It's like in my normal gameplay, I don't want to go through that process to get that weapon. I'll do the void bow, man. I don't care if it's not as effective. I'll do it.
I
Ah,
see.
I like the void bow better too. Don't worry, Notlad. Don't worry.
well, technically mine would be the lightning
Maybe
bow,
it's just me.
You know, there
that is a good one
There,
though.
I don't really have a reason to like this other than I just find it really funny. But for upgrading the hammer on the Frozen Dawn, one of the steps once you finish the wall puzzle is literally blindly walking off the map while holding it like a good distance, and then suddenly an invisible path appears, and you just have to trust that you can keep walking forward. Like,
Yeah,
there's like
that's
no
cool.
indication to do that, but I just find it. I don't know. I find it funny that it's literally asking you to potentially just
Oh.
kill yourself and walk off the map.
You're actually reminding me of something. There's actually another Easter egg quest for in Black Ops 4, the gauntlets that you get. Some of those I remember, I can't remember which ones I like the most, but I know some of those were actually fairly fun to do. I actually did enjoy those.
I think
I
I
can't
just
remember
came up
which
with the
one though.
topic for our next episode.
What's the topic?
What's that?
Just Easter egg quests, like main Easter egg
Yeah,
quests.
that's what I
Yeah,
was
I think
thinking
I
as
think that's
well.
what we should talk about
Yeah.
in the next one.
Definitely, yeah.
For sure.
Let me see.
Sorry, I
I,
didn't mean to cut you off. I just had the idea.
No, we Carpal mentioned it earlier, and yeah, I think that would be a good one. So yeah, that could definitely be our next one if we want. Should we get to the next one? I still
Yeah.
have a few more here for you. Just let me find it here a second. I lost my spot on my list. Okay. So, this is an interesting one. There's another one before it. Okay. So, the Annihilator pistol in the Giant, a consumable weapon that recharges. Would you like to see more Wonder Weapons in this fashion? But I think we kind of went on that's not a
yeah.
Wonder Weapon, basically,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Yeah. Specialists are cool though. I like them.
Wait, there's got to be
Yeah,
a
I
reason
mean-
you chose that
Yeah,
particular
the
weapon.
Annihilator to me, it had an Easter egg quest where you procured it and stuff. I mean, you had to shoot the teddy bears and all that stuff to procure it.
There's
but
nothing unique about
it
its
is
Easter
a
egg quest because
specialist.
it's the same exact one from original Dorit.
Yeah, but I mean, it still is kind of like an Easter egg quest where you have to procure it, like you would with a
Actually, Wistful, the teddy bears are in different places, so it's not the same. All right, sorry.
Got him on
You
the
know,
technicality.
hey, that may be true, but it's the same core principle of you shooting locations of where they are. It's pretty much the same procedure from what it was back then. But no, I'm more interested in why you chose the Annihilator specifically. Is it just because of the quest to get it, or the fact that it's a specialist, or the fact that it's the Annihilator,
Yeah.
the worst specialist weapon in Black Ops 3?
Or even then,
Those.
every other specialist quest is more interesting in Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, this one I picked because it is the one that seems most like it would be a wonder weapon for one, and also the other stuff you guys mentioned.
What?
It has a bit of a quest where it's not just given to you or
The
anything
Ragnaroks
like
feel
that.
like way more of a wonder weapon, if it even were a wonder weapon than the
Yeah, I mean that one too is kind of
the Gauntlet of
in the categories,
Siegfried
but
on Garad Krovi. Or even
Or
or,
the
even
sword.
the skull. The skull is so good too. Yeah, like
yeah. Yeah, well, basically my question involves all of those. It's not just the Annihilator. The Annihilator's the example I was using. It's
I
just the one
see,
example,
I
but
see.
it's like all those. But I know we kind of mentioned like a specialist weapon isn't really considered a wonder weapon, but a lot of them are unique in that sense where they could be wonder weapons. So I guess at the time I was writing these out, I wasn't sure if I'd consider it a wonder weapon or not. Um, but yeah, I was wondering, are we considering it a wonder weapon at all? Like, I'm kind of guessing probably not, right?
I'm falling on the side of
No.
the fence where it's definitely.
Okay. Because yeah, the Annihilator, originally I was thinking that because it is one that's like a pistol. It's almost like a wonder weapon that you get. Although it's not good, of course, but it's just
There's nothing wonder about it. It's a
no.
pistol
Yeah.
that fires
Wonder
really
why it's in the
powerful
game.
shotgun rounds.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah,
the
it's pretty
Executioner
close to
already
basically
exist? Like,
Yeah.
Bro, don't the marshals already? Okay.
don't the
Um,
marshals? Yeah, actually, you get a kimbo of them. Yeah.
Okay, so
Way
I
more
admit, maybe
unique.
not the best example.
Or
Yeah, it was the one I wrote down.
that is possibly the worst
literally
example you
the
could have
worst
chosen.
example you could have
Okay, I
possibly
see how it
provided.
is. All right. Yeah, I'm kind of regretting that choice, honestly.
All right, next question.
Next question. I think we broke him.
What is your thoughts on customizable wonder weapons compared?
Ooh, customizable wonder weapon.
Notlad, you cut out for me. I didn't hear the end of that question.
I also heard the
For
cutout.
like the Cerberus, you could add attachments to it and stuff. Not so much that one, but that is a case of it. But yeah.
Uh-oh.
He's cutting off again.
Hey, Notlad, we can't hear anything
can't hear
you're
you.
saying, dude.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, I think the Cerberus is pretty cool. What about you, Ish?
So yeah, building off of his point, so I think attachments for weapons, they add a sense of variety that may come at a cost. Like, yeah, I'm thinking of the Cerberus, exactly. I think that adding the extra variants adds an element of cost to the weapon, where it doesn't really strive in those other territories unless if you need them for an Easter egg step. You only needed one of the variants of the Cerberus for the Easter egg, and then the base variant was the best. That's all it really was. I don't really see
Hello.
another really good reason to have the
Sorry.
variants there. Parts and attachments that like maybe the Mad has. I think that was a neat idea and concept. But then there's the question of like, what the fuck does the barrel even do? What's the barrel's purpose?
Isn't it rapid fire?
Maybe. But why would you want to rapid fire the wonder weapon? Like that?
Yeah, especially when it has the
charge up
horde
feature.
shot.
The charge up feature with the crank. So I think if you add variety to a wonder weapon, a way to use it in multiple different ways through attachments, I think that it I think, yeah, that's the thing that I don't like about it. The idea that you can change the style of play, the way that the weapon at that moment is meant to be used, and it completely changes into this other purpose weapon versus a weapon with multiple features without attachments necessarily, like the KT4 on Zetsubo, to reference that again. It's really lethal against the zombies. You can use it to get a speed boost by shooting a spore. You can use it to fertilize plants. Seamlessly just firing the weapon is easy to use, but knowing what to shoot and how to shoot it, whether it's a charge shot or not, has very simple interactions with the environment and with the gameplay, and it adds variety to the weapon without adding complications to the weapon's state, is what I'm saying.
I hate to bring this up again, but the Thulian flail on the Frozen Dawn is pretty much same. Wow. It's pretty much the same in the sense that they created unique spaces that are only accessible via that weapon. You have to teleport to them, and some of them are involved or in like other. Jesus, some of them are.
This man is talking like me today.
Some of them are involved in other side Easter eggs, like the Perka quest on that map, and I just find that super cool.
I might need to play Frozen Dawn at some point soon. You
should join us.
I mean, we should do like a 3P Frozen Dawn just play sesh and just make that a video. We really should.
Yeah, I got time. I got time after. I got time.
Not tonight. I'll have time sometime over the month of August for sure. But yeah.
By the way, I lost connection through a lot of this conversation, so I'm missing out on a lot of your responses. I don't really know what you guys were talking about when I came back in here.
Did you hear my final point about the attachment thing?
I think I caught most of it. I think
you
I might
have skip a beat then, because I literally talked about it before Carpal could give his 2 cents. He still has to give his 2 cents.
Give us your 2 cents.
Give us the 5 cents or something.
Or 10 cents. You know, go big or go home. You know.
Okay. I don't really like that they introduced attachments to zombies at all. Really.
Oh.
Yeah,
like outside of Wonderweapons, just the attachment system
outside of Wonderweapons, I think there's too much customization. Like I will use a weapon that I hear is good, and I'll be like, oh, I didn't like it, and then the person's response will be, oh, you didn't have the right attachments, and I don't like that you have to know how to like customize the weapon in order for it to be viable. I never found that appealing. I like the more simplistic. Yeah, you get the gun, it's good or it's not. But that's just me.
It's good or it's not. Well, yeah. So my counter to that. Black Ops 3 is probably a prime example of this, because in Black Ops 3, you have a lot of weapons that are just really not that good until you add attachments to them, on top of the fact that they can be the most powerful weapons in the game because of the pack-a-punch system in that game. The whole mentality, attachment system as a whole, I guess, is not what we're talking about. I think that whole concept of making any weapon an uber weapon, I love that. I love that mentality when they first really announced it in Cold War Zombies.
Did you just quote? Yeah, okay.
That's where I'm taking the quote from. I'm taking it from there. I love that idea. But yeah, taking the conversation back to Wonderweapons though, I don't think that putting too much love onto the overall sandbox is necessarily a good thing, because we've now had these games now where we have these certain pack-a-punch systems and these certain attachment systems where they're hardcore sank into the COD zombies and just Call of Duty DNA in general. I feel like that if we continue to have these, it's still going to encourage people to get non-Wonder Weapon weapons and survive for long rounds, but I still want this, like, overpowering reason of just sheer awesomeness. Still want to go for a Wonder Weapon. Yeah.
This is interesting you're bringing this up. It's not exactly the one thing I was getting at, but you bring in a different avenue that I wasn't actually thinking about.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here. This is great. I'm glad to hear that. The more thing I was thinking of is like the different variations of, like, for instance, the Mark II ray gun. They
Like an
brought it
Alpha
in,
Omega. I see what you
yeah, Alpha
mean. Yeah,
Omega.
yeah, yeah.
Like, you could build different versions of the gun. Like that's more the kind of the thing I
Oh,
was
you mean
getting
like
at. Like,
variants?
yeah,
I
variants of
love
weapons. Like,
variants.
do you feel like that's an important thing to have in a zombie game? Like, is that something that you think like Black Ops 6 should have? Like, if they bring a wonder weapon, it should have different variants, or is it kind of like a I can take it or leave it kind of thing?
So here's the thing about variants. I'm very biased in this opinion because almost all the time, whenever Treyarch devise variants to Wonder Weapons in like the line of maps, there's always one that's just superior to the
Yeah,
others.
Always
there is
There's
always an
always
objective
one.
best one.
The lightning bow on Dreisendrach. I don't even know if there is a superior ray gun Mark II on Alpha Omega, and honestly, I don't think there is. I
Yeah, I
think
don't know.
the base
There is. It's
there is.
the lightning one because it has infinite ammo.
Okay, the lightning one because it has infinite ammo.
Oh,
The Electrobolt die because it's just it does insane damage and you can move fast with it. They did try to buff like the Nova 5.
no,
They
that
did
was the
try to
name of
buff
it.
that. That
I
was
do
a good
like that one.
one.
That would be my pick.
But yeah, it's like there's always one. It's like
And there's always
it's
one
like
nobody wants.
yeah, and then there's one no one wants, but like it's
Uh-huh.
yeah, that's usually how one weapon variants always go.
Yeah.
And then it always
Yeah.
becomes the talk of like, well, I'm not getting this because someone else is getting it, right? You almost
Uh-huh.
always have that.
Every play of Origins, that's what it was like for me. Well, I
Yeah.
guess I'm not getting the wind staff this time. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, yeah, definitely. That's kind of what I want to get into. Um, because yeah, I feel like if you're going to do a variant, it has to be very unique and very good. It has to be definitely an upgrade from what it was originally and everything. But I feel like it should be a lot more unique to its clash. I was impressed with like the die in Cold War because I feel like that one had a lot of very unique things you could make the weapon do. From like
It
its ice
shoots
ray that you could shoot to
fireballs.
Nova
It
5,
shoots
which is like
fireball.
in
I
fireballs, yep.
cannot stop
And it
hearing that Carver quote. You know what that means, don't you? It shoots fireballs.
Fireballs.
I
exactly, yeah.
sleep on the thermophasic. I sleep hard on that variant. I never fucking use it.
I never do
But
that
the
one either, no.
one part about it I like is that one Carver quote. If you get the Carver quote RNG and he decides to talk, that's the only dopamine I get from it. It's just that one quote. It shoots
I don't think I ever got that,
fireball.
honestly. Love that. Yeah, but like that ones, they were unique. But then when I think of like the Mark III variants they had in Alpha Omega, to me
You
they
mean the
honestly
Mark
weren't
II?
that unique. They were very or Mark II, sorry.
Yeah.
Mark II. They honestly weren't crazy unique. I mean, the ray guns all look the same. They didn't change.
I
And
would
I guess
say
you
that
could
the
say that
purple
about
ray
the
gun
die
is
too.
the one that suffers from uniqueness because it's like a shotgun variant. The other two, there's one with a beam attack that has infinite ammo, and then the other one, it can literally charge up and fire like this vortex, which I think is cool. I think that's a cool feature for a Mark II.
Yeah. I guess
I don't know what it is about it, but I kind of like Wonder Weapons that have a charge attack. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of picking up on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I think
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Which is surprisingly almost every set of 4 Wonder Weapon variants. Almost all of them have
Almost all of them have a charge. Yeah, that is true.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess when I think of like a variant, for one, I always think of like the Wonder Weapon's physical appearance should definitely change.
Oh yeah,
The
hands
different fire should be unique. Is always what I always thought about it. Like instead of having a similar beam of some sort shooting out of the weapon, like it should do something crazy different. Like maybe, like say for instance, like with the Mark II ray guns, maybe they had one that shoots a black hole or something, and like that. Just something just crazy for each different variant. Um, if it doesn't have that, then I feel like it's not worth it, and then I don't really want to do the work to get the different variants. Like, I'm trying to think of anything in particular, but I know we've gotten somewhere it just kind of makes the damage a lot better, but it like a variant only increases its damage where it doesn't really change what it does necessarily. And I don't know. I guess that I can feel could be a very varied topic for people. Like, I can imagine some people don't really care about that so much, just as long as it's effective and that it does more damage to the enemies, and that's kind of all that matters. But I don't know. I like a uniqueness kind of added to it, and I always think back to like the Cerberus, because you can get different attachment and it completely changes its look. It completely changes the weapon's appearance and its firing and how it fires. And I think that uniqueness is kind of what made that weapon one of my top choices. So yeah. But yeah, that's kind of all I was curious about that. But doesn't sound like that matters as much.
I guess not.
Uh-oh. I thought I lost connection again.
So we are running a little bit low on time here. We got maybe one more point, and then we'll wrap the episode up.
Let me see.
Give us your best
one?
question.
Let's see. We did that one. Custom Wonderweapons. Give me just 1 second.
In the meantime, what is your least favorite Wonder Weapon? Not necessarily the worst, but what do you hate using?
Least favorite to use.
Thinking.
I mean, I'll just go ahead and answer this one. I think I hate referencing World War II because it has some good stuff, but most of it is just completely terrible. The Wonder Bus, I hate it. It's so bad.
Yeah, that definitely could be one. I feel like I mentioned which one earlier today, but I'm trying to think of what it was. I'll have to give that thought, but
yeah, no, I'm not sure.
Are you sure we can't do at least 2 topics here? Because I actually have some very interesting ones towards the end.
I think my least favorite would have to be.
Actually, this is one of my questions. Worst wonder weapon of all time. That's number 16. So yeah, we're actually knocking this one out.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to say the Winter's Howl.
Ooh, ouch. Ooh,
ouch.
That was a sucker punch to me, but dang. What about you, Carpo? Which one would you say?
Did I think I already went over it.
Oh, did you?
It was the Wonder Bus.
Yeah, the Wonder Bus.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you did say that. Shucks. What is mine? Man. I honestly can't think of it because I know I'm not considering all of them. I don't want to say Ray Gun Mark 1 because that's still effective in its own right. I do kind of want to say that one sniper rifle from Call of the Dead. I can't think of that. The Scavenger, sorry. The Scavenger I didn't like because for many reasons. It doesn't look like a wonder weapon, as we were kind of mentioning. You can damage yourself with it. And the shots are delayed. It takes so long for it to explode and everything that I don't know. I never liked that one.
It drops off significantly early.
After around 40.
I think the Scavenger would be my choice probably, because that I don't know.
What? When the VR11 is on them?
The VR11, I take over it because it's more unique than that. Just for its uniqueness, it gets more of a place in my head. There's probably one that I despise even more than the Scavenger, but I can't think of it right now, honestly. If I do, I'll let you know. Okay, so I guess for my question that I would ask you, this one kind of seems to be the best on point, but okay, I'll just ask this. This one's just kind of a fun one. What are your thoughts on a unique weapon for the particular character you play as? Would that add more uniqueness to your game? So what was making me kind of think of this, so you know how when you played in Black Ops 2, in particular, I'm thinking Buried, when you played on the Buried map, if you went in as a particular character, you would get particular quotes. So I was kind of curious, like, what are your thoughts,
Yeah.
like, particular character you go in gets a particular wonder weapon of some sort. Would that add more of an interesting feel to a game? Or would it not?
See, I think of the limitations when you say that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a fan of that.
Especially with the what we already established that there's always an objective best variant.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Mhm.
that, like, you could get screwed literally just because your character does not allow you to have the good wonder weapon.
Whether we have the power to
Yeah,
choose
yeah.
our character or not in Black Ops 6, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
Okay.
not it.
You know, I honestly think it's interesting, so long as it's implemented correctly. So long as, for one, it's not required by the Easter egg or anything like that, because yeah, that would be a problem if like the game requires you to use a particular wonder weapon of some sort. But to get like a particular weapon from a character, I think is kind of neat, because once again, I think back to like Infinite Warfare, how you could play as a particular character when you go into the map, and you remember like Willard Wyler has his exclusive knife
Right, the
that he could use.
dagger. Yeah.
I personally thought that was so cool that this particular character gives you this added bonus of this cool weapon that you could go in, or even if you just procured it out of the map in some way because you had that character. I think that's cool in a certain respect. And honestly, I think it would be kind of neat to see in a game, maybe not in all the games, but maybe just once in one of them. It might be an interesting take. But once again, it has to be implemented correctly. The weapon, I don't know. It has to be fairly easily procurable. Like your particular character can open a certain locker or something and get that particular weapon. I don't know. I think it adds a little bit more mystery to the game, because you never know what character you're going to get when you load into the game. And depending which one you get, that gives you that weapon. And if you wanted to control it, you could just restart your game. Trying to go until you get the character
But
you want. But
that's um,
I definitely get
yeah.
the inconvenience of it. So yeah, but I don't know. Something about that seems unique, and I honestly,
Inconvenience. That's see, to me, that's just not fun, man.
see, for me, I like the mystery. For me, that's one thing I've been finding I really like in games is the mystery of things.
But that's your
Because you never
first
know what
time
you're gonna get.
playing it, and then afterwards you're like, "Oh shit, I'm the girl," or "Oh shit, I'm the black guy," or something like
Yeah,
that.
it could either be bad or it could be good, depending what you get. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's just an interesting thought I came up when I was thinking of these ideas. So I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that, and very,
Yeah.
very good to hear that. Yeah. Okay.
I am
So
starting to
definitely
feel
no time for
myself
the
shut
final
down.
three.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That is okay. I guess the other ones aren't necessarily important. I can read them off to you guys if you want to hear the last ones, but there was only like three left. Um,
We'll answer in yes or no's just to wrap this up.
Actually, there's only two left because we did talk on the other one, but um, one
Okay.
the one of them was going to be the importance of pack-a-punching a wonder weapon. Do you think it's a good idea to provide pack-a-punch for it? Because like Cold War has pack-a-punch now, and you can do it for a lot of the wonder weapons. Whereas previous games you couldn't do that. Is that something you'd like to see come back or not?
Short answer: if there's a quest for it, then you don't need the pack punch. What about you, Ist?
So I like the idea for like getting the ingredients for like the Masamune on Zetsubo, but I don't like how it takes time to like you have to put away the Wonder Weapon and you have to let it like do its thing and then you can pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that just Pack-a-Punch?
It's a version of upgrading it. It's like yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. You actually just made
Yeah.
me think of something. A rechargeable Wonder Weapon. Just real quick, is that a yay or a nay on that one? Like, I know some we've
mean,
had
a
a
lot of those already
rechargeable
I would
exist,
like
yeah.
my Wonder
Yeah.
Weapon to be based off of ammunition, please and thank you.
ammunition.
Please and thank you.
I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on the two. I think in certain games it's been implemented well, and others not so much. But it depends
Imagine
on
like
the weapon.
imagine like every like certain amount of shots fired, you have to like drop your Wonder Weapon in like a charging station and just let it sit there. That would be
Ooh.
horrible.
Yeah,
That would
I
be
wouldn't
so
like that
bad.
Imagine
necessarily.
using a Wonder Weapon for a X amount of time until it explodes and you have to pick up the pieces
You have
and
to
build it
pick.
all over again. Like just
Oh,
imagine that. Wouldn't that be
They
so
would
cool?
they would never do that though. That's terrible design. That would never happen.
the jet gun from Black Ops 2
Jet gun,
just
never heard of it.
instantly
Okay,
explodes. But you can't rebuild that one after it explodes, right?
no, you
I
can't.
don't think I've ever tried that.
Yeah, no, if you try to pick
Oh,
up the parts, they're
that
on
literally
fire,
is
they'll
that nightmare
insta-kill
you
you. You
just
can't.
mentioned.
Yeah. The heat is too much.
Uh-huh. Oh man. Okay.
Kaboom.
All right. The next one I have, and this one's an interesting one, but
The last one.
what are your thoughts on wonder weapons that damage the player, like the scavenger or like the original ray gun?
Boo.
But PhD.
Yeah, see, do you feel like having the perk on the map justifies getting a weapon that can damage you?
I think
If
if
it
the weapon's good
nullifies
enough,
it,
it could.
sure.
I think risk reward. Oh my Jesus Christ!
No, I get what you're saying,
Risk
yeah.
and reward could be a fun gameplay element if it is done right.
Implemented right, yeah.
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 And you Wist, it sounds like an astounding no on that one.
Yeah,
It's no go for that.
All right. I say we wrap this one up and let Wiz get some sleep.
Yep, that's pretty
yeah.
much all of them I had. So we pretty much finished my list. So not too shabby, and good conversation on it. It was good getting your guys' input.
absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
Purple, do you wanna do the outro?
I
Give us a good
really
one. What do you
don't.
got?
You
I really don't want to do the outro.
I've done an outro.
want it,
I'm
Wiz?
pretty sure Notlad's done an outro, right?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. It's
All
your
right.
turn.
Here's
Give
the
it your
outro.
best shot.
Wonder weapons. They're pretty cool. That's the outro.
Let's go. All right, you heard it there.
Alright. I'm gonna hit the hay. I'm gonna get this episode out there tomorrow. I will see you guys next week.
Right. Well, sounds good. Yeah, you
All
guys
right.
let me know when the next one's happening. But
Next time is Easter egg quests.
yeah,
So that should be fun.
Quests.
yeah,
Alright, so make sure you
Well-
guys do some Easter eggs within the last
Will do,
within the next
yeah.
week. And
Wait. Before we do next episode, Wiz, we need to do the Frozen Dawn Easter egg again, and I'm gonna teach you it.
do we need to?
You need to experience this.
Okay. All right, last thing I'll say, quick announcement, cuz this is a podcast and we are separate creators here. Just a quick
Yes.
announcement for you guys at home watching the podcast episode. The next episode of the marathon series that I am doing, it is set to come out sometime this week. It might be a little bit delayed though, because I apparently am doing a World War II Easter egg with Carpal, but me and the guys are planning on doing our recording on Tuesday. Hopefully get that out within the next 3 to 4 days. It's a lot of editing. It is a lot of editing. The last episode took me 5 days to edit. So yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing too, to mention to the people too, the official Wundercast YouTube channel is officially up. and it is now uploading. So if you guys are seeing this on either mine or Wistful's channel, we do have an official YouTube channel as well, and hopefully we'll be able to get maybe some YouTube shorts and stuff out there. I'm gonna try to make some, so we'll see if we can't get that out to the public also, and kind of spread the word about the podcast. So yeah, check it out if you haven't seen it already. That's all I got. That's it.
I just hit the 2-hour mark literally right now. So
let's go. You mean we hadn't hit it already? Here, I was rushed on my list.
Apparently, we started late. I don't know.
We did start late. We were.
Oh yeah, because of me. Okay. I know now.
Yeah.
I know that now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, bye everybody.
Yeah.
Bye everybody.
Catch you guys in the next one.
Bye.